Floyd that you love. It is the 3rd and 4th of January. AgoraCleveland.com for the details. You got a pair here, my last this week, for that second night, the 4th. Good luck. Caller 10-216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
If you ever get the feeling that he doesn't love you,
don't you love me too?
Feel again. Alan Cox on 100.7 WMMS.
Guardians play tonight. It's the first of 3 tonight, tomorrow, Sunday in St. Louis. Last road series of the season against the Cardinals. They can clinch the division tomorrow. This is the way this baseball math works out. If they win today and tomorrow against the Cardinals, and if the Royals lose against San Francisco or blah, 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 we're going to find out by Monday whether or not the Guardians grab the AL Central. But tonight, that first pitch, live from St. Louis, 8:15 on your FM home for Cleveland Guardians baseball, 100.7 WMMS The Buzzard. Hey, Robert Kelly is here, and not to put too fine a point on it, but he's a singer, he's a dancer, he's a raconteur, and, well, frankly, he's a singer again because he's just that good. And if you ever see him climbing out of a subway platform or something, trying to get up off the tracks, you'll know that he's had a pretty good day. Yes. Because it hasn't happened yet. You've had to be hoisted from the third rail. But he's doing 4 shows at Hilarities this weekend with young Bill Squire. Who's hosting these shows?
I don't know.
All right. Then focus on Bobby Kelly and Bill Squire.
And see if we can find out. But
I'm sure it's fine.
And who cares?
7:30 and 9:45. Sorry, 7 and 9:45 tonight and tomorrow night. And then Sunday, he leaves town and goes where?
I go home.
Home.
I go home.
You just jet out for the weekends now and go home in between?
Fridays and Saturday nights, I got to go home because I got to do the bonfire.
Right.
On Sirius XM Faction Talk.
Are you doing that from home or you go into Midtown?
Going to the studio.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I drive in from, I just moved into a really, oh my God, nice town. I moved where Ryan Reynolds lives. And Martha Stewart.
Are you running into them at the farmer's market?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a schedule.
Okay.
I really do want to.
If you're reaching for the same bunch of Swiss chard or something, wouldn't that be great?
At DeChico's?
A little meat cute?
Oh, I'm so, dude. He lives...
Over the Brambleberry jam?
Everybody lives up there, dude. Martha Stewart, Chaz Palminteri.
Yeah.
Ryan, I mean, everybody. Edie Falco lives up there.
Is this the Hudson Valley? Where are you?
It's up in Katona, Bedford.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah, I mean, my neighborhood is not that. We're a little further away than them. I live on a cul-de-sac.
You're less central to the...
cul-de-sac is doing real good, though.
Buddy, I love it. A cul-de-sac is I've always wanted to live on a cul-de-sac. I've always wanted to come down.
Through traffic.
No through traffic. Little cul-de-sac, little circle.
The kids can go play baseball in the circle or football and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna actually have a block party.
Oh, that's exciting.
Buddy,
trick or treating is gonna be fun. Yeah.
Trick or treating is big.
Now, I bet everybody else in your situation,
yes,
they could rest their laurels on being a prominent guy. But I bet in your cul-de-sac community, you're just a regular dude. You're one of the other dads. Right? You're hanging out with Frank. Yeah. You're smoking a cigar with Jerry. Right? You're just Bobby from the cul-de-sac.
How did you know my neighbors' names? What's going on, dude?
I own binoculars too, thank you very much. All right? Drones can do amazing things.
Well, here's the thing is that the people that owned my house before, they didn't really care. But my neighbors to the left and my neighbors to the right, like when you move up into the suburbs, grass is a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Grass is a big thing.
They're out there with a tape measure and the property lines.
Buddy, you can tell where the property line is because of their grass.
Yeah.
Their grass is like a golf course.
Yep.
And my grass is like a park in the ghetto.
Is like not like a golf course.
It's not. The guy that was there before me didn't care about any of this grass stuff. And now I got to step my grass game up.
I became a lawn guy.
Dude.
Because, and I would have been the last person to ever think this, the first few years we lived in our house that we're in now, I had a couple of neighborhood kids cutting the grass. I didn't care. and I go, you know what? I don't like the job they're doing. I'll do it myself, right? So I get myself one of these EV mowers or whatever, and I've got a pretty sizable front lawn, but the back lawn is even bigger. Not big enough where I'd need a rider, but I'm doing it myself. But in my garage now, because we're getting into fall here, and I have to aerate, I have to reseed, I have to overseed to prepare for spring, so I got to lay down some peat moss. I got 2 25-pound bags of Kentucky bluegrass and some fescue. This is what I'm talking about.
I'm getting excited. I am getting hot.
I'm on like lawn care subreddits. I'm like, what is happening to me? Because in my heart of hearts, I really don't care that much about it, but then I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Buddy, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Grass in your 50s is like double penetration porn in your 20s. It's exciting.
Yeah. How do you think I aerate my lawn? It's still double penetration.
Buddy, I'm telling you, I am on the same boat.
Yeah.
You're talking about Kentucky bluegrass?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fescue?
I'm going to jump over this table.
Yeah.
You guys alone.
What did you say?
Do you know what zone you're in? Do you know what zone you're in?
No, what do you mean?
Zones. Do you have you and I have cool season grasses.
Oh my God.
Farther south, you got warm season grasses, and those are very different, right? Your Bermudas, which you can cut way down like a golf course. See, I cut mine. My deck's set at a 4 usually. Oh my God. Right? So cool season grasses, it's a whole thing there.
Say fescue again.
Fescue. Not the guy that played Daniel Boone 100 years ago. Fescue, seasonal grasses. This is what I'm saying.
Grass is a thing to me right now.
Yeah.
I'm so into it. I want one of those machines that puts the holes. What's the thing that it goes over it? Doesn't mow it. It just puts holes.
The aerator.
That's aerator.
This is what I'm talking about.
I want one of those.
You aerate it because it gets the plugs, and then you overseed. There's something called, you have to dethatch.
What?
Which is when you brush, you have a dog?
I do have a dog.
Okay, when you brush the dog and you get that undercoat,
Yes.
you're supposed to do that with your lawn.
I did not
Very
know
time
this.
consuming. You aerate, you dethatch, you get that
Dethatch.
underneath so
Good.
that you can overseed for the spring.
Oh my God, you're turning me on right now.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm
I'm turning myself on, and I only want to hear about it.
I want you to dethatch my lawn. Will you come over? and help
I
me
certainly
dethatch?
will. Yes. We'll compare lip balms, and we'll talk about lawns. And,
Or I'm just going to hire somebody to do this.
you should do it, yeah. Because a buddy of mine was like, "Oh, you can rent a aerator from Home Depot." I'm like, I don't have a pickup truck. I'm not going to put some piece of machinery.
I do have a
on
pickup
there.
truck.
Oh, there you go.
I do have a pickup
I
truck.
should get a pickup truck just for my lawn
I have a pickup
equipment.
truck. I have a little house up in New Hampshire. I got a tiny house up
Yep.
in Hampshire that we go to in the summer. Mm-hmm. And
You summer in Nashua, don't you?
no, not Nashua. No, because that's kind of the ghetto.
Oh, pardon me. Well, it's the first New Hampshire town that comes to mind.
Yeah, that's
Concord. What else is up there?
I go to woods ghettos. Yes, I like to vacation with meth heads and racists.
Nobody will ever find me there.
No, we're up in the White Mountains. We're up in the White
Well,
Mountains.
now who's a racist?
The White Mountains. We're up in the lake region, Lake Winnipesaukee, Squam Lake.
Oh, what about Bob, right? Wasn't that
yeah,
Lake Winnipesaukee?
That's exactly where I have a little house up there.
Okay.
And, we have a little piece of, we have some acreage.
Wow,
and
good
we're
for you.
Right on the lake. So we go up there for July and August. We go up there and we
They're not making any more land, right? That's what they tell you. They're not making any more land. So if you can get yourself a piece or 2 or 3.
Are we doing sayings right now?
Yes.
The unoiled wheel squeaks the loudest. I don't know if you heard that. That's
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Why don't you dance? We'll brought you.
Don't mow another man's lawn.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're looking through yesterday and looking to tomorrow, you're peeing all over today. That's what I say. Hey,
Hold on, let me get a pen. I didn't. I still say you got to dance with a girl who brung you, like at least once a week. Completely context free, but that's all right.
or the guy.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be a lawn guy, but here I am.
I don't know what happens to you, man, but all the cliches, all the stuff that I say this, everything old people tell you as a young person is true. Listen to them. Everything old people used to tell me is true. Don't get a credit card. Don't date a girl with a headshot. All that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you can't go too far back because, the things that your grandparents told you might not necessarily. You can't trust a Filipino. You know what? I'm going to cast that one off to the side, Pap.
I wouldn't just yet. Listen, I don't know if you have Joe Coy in here, but listen.
Yeah, right. Next time he's here, I'll tell him to put that one in his back pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You really can't. There's a certain limit. Maybe the 80s.
Yeah.
Old people are right.
The folksy stuff you can trust. Yeah.
The 20s, maybe not.
No, I wouldn't go that far back.
You can trust the boomer. You can't trust the greatest generation. We used to cut their ears off.
I have a belt in the closet.
Yeah.
I miss that. I miss men like that. We're not making those guys anymore. Those men. You know? Because now, like back in the day, like if you looked at a guy's face, you could tell what type of dude he was.
Yeah.
You know, like you see guys in the crowd now. It's like, dude, Navy SEAL? No, I make my own soap.
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever.
Bobby, I don't know if you've heard, but there's something called toxic masculinity,
Yes.
and we're trying to avoid it. Thank you very much.
I'm trying to lean into it right now.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
You see, you're getting in on the ground floor because there's always that full circle backlash thing.
pendulum.
So many people are trying to avoid it. You're going
Yes.
to be first in on the return of toxic masculinity.
Well, remember you used to see a guy with a tattoo back in the day?
Yeah.
He killed people. Now I have tattoos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have this.
See, I don't have any.
You have nothing?
I said, if I wait long enough, I will be more unique than everyone else
You'll be clean.
who has tattoos.
You'll be clean.
Because I'm raw, baby.
Right.
I don't have. Now, here's the other thing, though. Over the past year or so, and my thought was always I could never conceive of anything that I cared about so deeply that I was going to put it on my body. It was as simple as that. Had nothing to do with time, money, pain, anything like that. I was like, what the hell am I going to put on? All of the past year and a half, though, I've been obsessed with thinking about getting tattoos. But I also don't want to be that guy. Or all at once.
Long hair
I'm
tattoo.
I'm like the illustrated man or something like that, like in the friggin' Yakuza. You know, I don't want to be that guy.
Kentucky bluegrass tattoo. That's what you
Yeah,
get.
there you go.
You just get tattoos of grass stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The UPC code for a bag of fescue. I'll get that on my.
You just get fescue written down your arm. People are like, what's that? Is that your
No, I
gang?
got it's knuckle tattoos. Fescue.
Fescue.
Kentucky bluegrass. Is that your favorite kind of music? No, it's my favorite kind of grass
It's
seed.
my grass.
Because I thought, well, kids' birthdays, I'd get the flag of Chicago or something like that. Except that's mostly white, so that's not going to read. I mean,
Well, if you're not, I have an addictive personality.
Yeah, I get
so
it.
as I get older, I have to find addictions that don't take me back to prison.
right.
Don't make me do drugs. Don't take away all the stuff that I love now.
Yeah.
And and food was one, and sex and all that. So I can't do all the fun ones. You
You have any food tattoos? You got like a little T-bone or something on your...
I was thinking of getting 6 fat because I had that was how many fats I had in my life. I had 6.
How many fats?
Yeah, I had 6 fats.
You mean phases of being fat?
Yeah, I was fat 6 times in my life.
When was the first time you got thin? When was the end of your? Because you don't know you had. You don't know that you had a fat until you have a second fat.
I know exactly when that was. That was my first fat was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
My mom just got divorced. We moved into a 2-bedroom. We had no money. She was never home. I had no friends. And I would literally take, my mom would make me the same lunch every day, peanut butter and jelly, too much jelly, white bread, an apple, and then she would write a note on it, "Mommy loves you," which you think would sound sweet, but it was passive aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted other kids to read it and make fun of me. You know what I mean?
Is that true?
Knowing my mother,
Okay.
it wasn't about love.
Okay.
It was about busting my balls.
She's still alive?
She is.
Okay.
You call her if you want.
Much to your chagrin.
Yeah, no, I love my mom, but
Yeah.
Irish Catholic from Boston.
Same. Mothers are very.
Yeah, you don't leave a note
Right.
in the napkin.
Yeah.
I couldn't even. I remember I
Tell me to my face.
I traded lunches one day, and I forgot about the stupid napkin, and then they're like, "Mommy loves you,"
Yeah.
and then I cried, and I remember I got fat. I would take that lunch outside, go to the basement, and I had a little corner of the basement that I made that I would just stay there all day. I wouldn't go to school because I was
Really?
so sad. And I bought snacks. I would buy like Suzy Q's and Devil Dogs and all kinds of chips. And I would stay down there and just eat all day. And I blew up like a little fatso.
Yeah.
I remember I skipped school for 2 weeks. I was so scared of going, and I had no friends, and I was so depressed. And back then, you didn't know you were in a depression. You didn't know what it was. You just wanted to sleep all day.
You're trying to fill it with food too.
Trying to fill it with food. I remember I was running to get more snacks. My mom got out early. I bumped into her because I was running head down.
What did she do?
She goes, "Bobby." I was like, "Oh no." She's like, "Why are you out of school so early?" I'm like, "Half a day." She's like, "Oh." She's like, That's awesome. I got a half day work.
Well, was she like a nurse or
No,
what?
she worked at Home Depot. She worked.
Oh, okay.
And she goes, "You want to get a steak and cheese and split it? And go to the store and we'll have." I was like, "Yeah." I was just going to get a double dog. She gave me the money. I went and got a steak, cheese, got chips. I came home, and between the time that I left to get the steak and cheese and I got home, my teacher had called. And you know when you walk into the house and there's a different vibe?
Oh, yeah. The air is thick.
Yeah, you just hear a crow in the back, and the clouds came over.
Yeah.
And
a church bell rings and
I just remember her silhouette just pulled out into the hallway.
Yeah.
And she was looking under her eyelids at me. And I was like, oh, no. And she started swearing and calling me all kinds of, you haven't been at school. Where have you been?
Yeah.
I mean, you son of a bitch, screaming, yelling at me.
You have siblings?
I have an older sister.
Yeah. And
I just remember the whole time she's screaming at me, I was thinking like, this steak and cheese is getting cold.
Right. Yeah.
And we didn't have microwaves back then.
I'm not going to eat this in the basement.
You're going to have to put this in the oven and toasting it's going to suck.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like, can you hurry up with whatever you're yelling at? Because I want to eat this, man.
Yeah.
But my sixth grade teacher, Mr. DiPerzio, took me under his wing, and he was a runner. He used to run marathons, and he got me in. I remember we had the sixth grade Olympics, and he came up to me. I was a little fatso.
Yeah.
And he came up to me and goes, Kelly, we had the 440 once around the track. He goes, I want you to win. I want you to win this for me. I want you to beat these other schools. Win. And I was like, okay. And let me tell you something. Little fat Bobby.
Yeah.
I remember running. And I was running, and this other kid, fast, thin dude, smoking him. And I was nose and nose. And I just remember like a Rocky movie. I felt my little boobs bouncing.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's hot.
Win. And I ran and I won.
Hey!
And I remember I threw up. I got to the end.
Your arms or you vomited?
And I threw my arms up and then I fell. Yeah. I had cramps and he came out. You did it, Kelly. You won. I got a little medal. And then I started running marathons with him.
He dangled a cheesesteak at the finish line, didn't he?
Buddy,
And that's how
I started losing weight. I started running marathons. I ran a marathon. I ran a 5K or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I started running marathons. Dude, I got into shape. It was amazing. And then he left me. I went to 7th grade, never saw him again.
Wow.
And I got fat again.
Mr. DiPerzio, wherever you are.
Mr. D.
Wow.
And as soon as he wasn't my teacher, I got sad again and I ate again.
You needed that inspiration from him.
I needed the inspiration.
You never got that
him.
runner's high.
I needed a father.
Yeah.
That's what I needed. I needed just a man figure to tell me I was okay and I wasn't a fat, stupid idiot.
Well, Bobby Kelly's most recent fat is way behind him.
It is.
And he's thin.
Well,
and he's toned.
Okay, let's not.
Am I overselling it?
Well, I don't want people to show up and go, "What?"
What was Alan talking about? He was far too kind of.
That's the name of my therapist, by the way.
Oh well, hello.
Yeah, I'm doing better.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not. How about this? I'm not as fat as last time.
Right.
Well, maybe I was.
It's the little victories. They're all victories.
Yes, they're all victories.
You've maintained.
I am the last. I had the last fat.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's over.
I've got to take a break.
Let's take a break. Let's get a pizza.
There's pizza in the kitchen.
No, what's wrong with you? Are you hearing me?
Wow,
you're one of those.
It's been. Don't
Meanwhile,
worry.
there's like a smoke.
It's been here a while.
Like a bill-shaped hole in the door where I'm going to get pizza.
Bobby Kelly and Bill Squire are at Hilarities this weekend. 7 and 9:45 tonight. 7 and 9:45 tomorrow night. Was it Bobby Kelly Live? Just to send people to
Robert Kelly Live.
Robert Kelly
Instagram
Live.
or punchup.live/Robert Kelly is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
My website. You can go there, check me out.
All right.
I have nudes of all